AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock!
Hour 3 off. We go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. And oh, by the way, it's hump day.
It's hump day.
You get a mint.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Let's soothe the throat.
Hump day.
A lot of yelling.
It's hump day.
Juwan Johnson in the portal.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Tigers got no quarterbacks.
Hump day.
What they do have
It's hump day.
is the self-proclaimed Portal King.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Better go get you a quarterback.
Hump day.
Or two.
It's hump day.
Or three.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
One for sure.
Hump day.
Michigan has fired Sherrone Moore
It's hump day.
for cause.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
He gone.
Hump day.
Who will they replace him with?
It's hump day.
We'll talk about it with Tim Brando
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
after the break.
Hump day.
No, really, Tim Brando in 12 minutes.
It's hump day.
Julian Council was here last hour.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
To his credit,
Hump day.
he clowned himself.
It's hump day.
That is, as our audience would know him, Julian Just Show Up Council.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
I asked him first matchup what the Panthers needed to do, their blueprint to beating the New Orleans Saints, and he said, just show up.
Hump day.
He clowned himself today.
It's hump day.
Good on you, Julian.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Own it.
Hump day.
Field Yates,
It's hump day.
not good at his job.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Field Yates,
Hump day.
good at his job. Good at his
It's
job.
hump day.
Field Yates
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
did a very not good thing at his job today.
Hump day.
And we'll talk about that right now.
It's hump day.
All right, here we go. So, Field Yates, ESPN, put out a mock draft, and mock drafts aren't worth the paper they're printed on, or in the internet's case, the code that they're written with. Let's go with it.
I like it. It's good.
We'll accept it. Judge's ruling. Good. Field Yates, ESPN, NFL guy, put out his mock draft. He's got a trade number 1 overall. He's got the Jets trading with the Giants to go up to the number 1 pick. And taking Fernando Mendoza, number 1 out of Indiana. Dante Moore out of Oregon, going number 2 to the Las Vegas Raiders. So quarterback. It's interesting. Titans, Arvell Reese out of Ohio State. I would really like it if Arvell Reese ended up at the New Orleans Saints. I'm not sure he will. Really depends where they pick, but you want to talk about a freak show outside linebacker edge. Like, just look at the alien wearing number 8 that plays defense for Ohio State if you watch him. That's Arvell Reese. Yeah, I would love that kind of thing. Instead of someone with a gigantic relative athletic score out of directional school U that Mickey will trade up to take. Dork. Cleveland Browns picking 4th. Carnell Tate, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. I would love to see Carnell Tate in the black and gold. And look, if we're being honest, Arvell Reese, Carnell Tate, Ohio State. I mean, can we just bypass the draft and accept the fact that this is the reality? That one or both, maybe that both those guys will end up in New Orleans.
Could trade back into the first round.
It probably will.
Yeah.
We will give you every draft pick for the next decade if you let us take both Ohio State guys. 3 and 4. That's par for the course for the Saints. But I mentioned Field Yates not being good at his job, or that I don't want to punch him in the nose and all that stuff, because Field Yates has the Saints picking 5th, which is where they would pick today, 3 and 10 if the draft were today. And Field Yates has the Saints with the 5th overall pick, taking Francis Mauigoa, offensive tackle out of Miami. I mean, good Lord, Field Yates. Do you think Field Yates asked ChatGPT to do his mock draft for him?
It's possible, yeah.
Do you think Field Yates just did the what's the little draft app thing? The
draft simulator?
Simulator.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. You think he just did that?
It's possible, yeah.
Jake Crane is calling me.
Jake knows what you're doing right now. Jake's been on this show at this time of the day.
I'm on the air. I'm live on the air right now. I'm literally live on the air. Huh?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I'm literally live on the air right now.
Okay, they can hear me?
Yeah, I'm putting the phone up to the microphone so they can hear you.
Yeah, wow. Bryce Underwood to LSU. You heard it here first.
I'll call you later.
All right, buddy. See ya.
All right, see ya.
He's the best. He's just the best.
They can hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm holding the phone up to the microphone. Oh, man. That's what you get. You call me during my show, that's what you get. I don't call him during his show. I know when he's on every day. Crane and Company on YouTube. Hey, Jake, I'm trying to blast Field Yates for having the Saints pick another offensive tackle. Oh, my God, dude. Clip that, please. Clip the Jake Crane call. Send that to me. It's so good. So just to be clear, if you're not scoring at home, what did the Saints do first round pick last year?
They took an offensive tackle, Kelvin Banks.
Kelvin Banks. He's offensive tackle?
Offensive tackle.
And then the year before that, what did they do with their first round pick?
They picked Taliese Fuanga, who is an offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle, back-to-back years.
Back-to-back
How
years.
many offensive tackles get to be on the field at the same time?
2.
So what Field Yates is suggesting is that the Saints, for the 3rd consecutive year, pick an offensive tackle when only 2 can play at the same time.
That is correct.
Can you make any sense of this?
No.
Like, what's he thinking? You take Fuaga, make him a guard? Didn't we just see that with Trevor Penning?
You did.
You drafted a tackle first round, and then you moved him from left to right to guard, then you traded him for a 7th round pick or 6th? The 6th round pick. This is the stupidest thing you could possibly. This makes you wonder. Like, I get it. Nobody wants to watch the Saints. They stink. Small market. They're not interesting. I get it. Like, could you try? Field, like, could you get on the horn and call Cat Terrell and be like, Cat Terrell's the Saints beat writer for ESPN. Hey, Cat, look, I'm doing this mock draft. Like, yeah, look, I got Mendoza 1, Moore 2, Arvell Reese, then Carnell Tate. With those off the board, like, who would you take for the Saints at 5? Who would you take? Well, or just give me a position. Yeah, receiver, edge, something like that. Probably where we're looking. That sort of thing. Best cornerback in the draft. Yeah. I mean, he's got David Bailey, the edge from Texas Tech, going 6. I could play ball with that. He's got Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver from Arizona State, going 7. I could play ball either one of those. Edge, receiver, either one. Good. No. Give me the offensive tackle for the 3rd consecutive year and the 4th time in 5 years. Jesus. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I feel bad. I don't like going in on media people. Everybody's out here trying to do a job. We're trying to eat, trying to feed our families. But that's bad. Ask ChatGPT to tell me who the Saints should draft. I'm going to ask ChatGPT right now.
I have it pulled up right here. I can do it.
ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Who should the New Orleans Saints draft with the 5th overall pick in April's NFL draft? Let's see.
Please tell me it's him. Do it.
Oh, my God. He totally ChatGPT'd
this
this
is the
thing.
best thing ever.
The best answer is an offensive tackle you never have to worry about again. If an elite left tackle's on the board, that should be the pick, period.
Oh,
Field Yates, all he did was ask ChatGPT.
Oh, Field.
AI, stupid. All right, we got to get to Tim Brando. It's AFR.
After further review.
GLO. GlowResources.com. GlowResources.com. Complete employer solutions. GlowResources.com. Skilled blue-collar labor, that's what they specialize in. So if you're struggling, and I know this is the case, man. I know there's so many of you. You're looking for welders, pipe fitters, crane operators, heavy equipment, heavy machinery operators. Man, getting that skilled blue-collar labor that is qualified in your area, eager to work, shows up on time, all that sort of stuff. If not being able to find those people has made your business less efficient, you know who you are. You need to call Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com, glowresources.com. Complete employer solutions.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Story of the day, not just in college football, I would assume in the entire sporting world. If you haven't heard it yet, Michigan has fired head coach Sherrone Moore for cause an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. The entire sports world is reacting to this. We had Tim Brando lined up not to talk about this, but I'd be remiss if I didn't get Timmy B's thoughts on this as we started. Timmy B, great to chat as always, man. How are you?
Fantastic. Great to be with you. Happy holidays and happy Merry Christmas and all that jazz. I hope everyone's doing well down in Baton Rouge and Moscona family included in that.
We're great, man. Hope the same for you and yours. You know that.
You got it.
Hey, all right, let me just start. I don't know if you had any idea that this was coming, but let me just get a start with it. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I did.
Okay.
I work with a Michigan quarterback.
So, when did you first get wind of this?
September.
Oh, that okay. All right.
This has been going on. This is old news in the Michigan area.
Okay.
Rumors were running rampant throughout the Michigan community about what was alleged, but had not yet been found, and apparently now it has been found to the extent that Ward Manuel, who, by the way, is a New Orleans guy and a guy I know real well too, the athletic director, good man, real good man. To do this, I'm sure they didn't want to, not at this date. Especially when all the players can go in the portal if they want. Players can leave immediately when something like this happens, and signing date's just around the corner. So, it's bad timing. I don't care what the feeling was about Sherrone. And there were some doubts about him long term, but short term, if you think about it, 9-3 is not a bad season. It's not a championship caliber season, but they hung around in the playoff picture for at least a while before they lost to USC late in the season. But I don't think anyone ever really thought that Sherrone was the long-time answer. He was put in play because of what was the circumstances, and also the endorsement of Coach Harbaugh, who had taken them to the promised land. And when the issues were taking place with Spygate and all that, he had done a very good job of keeping that team intact while Harbaugh was serving suspensions and whatnot. But I think after 2 years, I don't think anybody anticipated he'd be gone after 2 years. But this issue that was announced today had been rumored really all fall in and around the Michigan campus.
Okay. What do you think? So, I mean, there's some interesting fallout here. What direction do you think Michigan goes?
Oh, I think they call Kalen DeBoer today, tonight, tomorrow. He'll be the first call because he's got ties to that area. He once coached at Eastern Michigan. He showed interest in the Michigan job before he went to Alabama. This is a Midwestern guy and a guy that would be considered a perfect fit by a lot of the major financial people in and around the Michigan community. Now, there'll be some talk, I think, probably of maybe a pro coach because Michigan's done this before. Their search could very easily involve, a guy coaching in the NFL. Like if the Tomlin story in the NFL continues to go the way it's been going in Pittsburgh. Now, granted, they had a big week last week, but you can bet that they would go after someone like that because they've shown an indication in the past that they can do that. Jobs like that, even the Penn State job is a job that in the past has gone to NFL coaches. So it wouldn't be uncommon for Michigan to look in that area too. And the other thing you got to consider, if DeBoer could be called, yes, but he's got a team to prepare for a playoff opportunity in a little less than 2 weeks. So that would mean the timing issue for Michigan would have to be deliberate when they're really trying to move quickly. So you got that part of it to deal with too. I know a lot of people. I just observed and got hammered as not like I'm not accustomed to it, but I got hammered by a lot of Alabama fans over mentioning that maybe Penn State was waiting on Kalen DeBoer. But as long as that thing lasted and they didn't have anyone,
sure.
And they were the first ones to start this whole domino theory thing. To me, it was just an observation, well worth making. That's all it was. And I wasn't the only one that suggested that. But in no way does DeBoer have the kind of image within the community of Penn State. And that's why he was easily able to go out and say, no, there's no interest. I've had no interest. And he put that to bed really quickly before the game with Georgia was played at the SEC championship. He'll have a much tougher time in trying to deny interest in the Michigan job because he showed interest before, and people know that.
Fascinating, man. How all this might work out. It's such a massive. I mean, Michigan, whatever anyone thinks of them, Timmy B, especially in the Southeast, it's a massive brand. I mean, it's the winningest program in the history of college football.
Yeah, it's as big a job. And by the way, in any sport, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if you caught any of that Villanova-Michigan basketball game last night. I've got Michigan Saturday in Maryland. Buzz Williams' new job, and they beat Villanova by 30, and that's not a bad Villanova team. It's not vintage Villanova. I mean, it's a young team, and their coach is in his first year since coming over from Maryland, ironically. But Coach May has got a hell of a juggernaut, and he's got about a $12 to $18 million NIL budget for basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever you want to spend on any sport, they've got. And with the endowment structure that they have at Michigan, it's just off the charts. So it's a job that a lot of different people would want. But you asked who would they call first, and I'm telling you, the first call they're going to make is to Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah, man, it would be fascinating. However, the second spin of the coaching carousel cycle will go.
Yeah, it's never ending. ending.
I know.
It's never ending.
Tim Brando's with us. Make sure you get him at Tim Brando. Playoff is set. Timmy B, I wanted to chat with you about this because I think you and I probably agree more on this than we disagree. But let me just get your flyover of what the committee did on Sunday.
Okay. All right. Big picture, they had set it up really the second to last reveal. In other words, if you were watching the Tuesday night show before the conference championships, you knew that the committee had now taken Notre Dame. This is why I thought it was a little laughable that their athletic director, Pete Bavacqua, would say, gee, we were shocked. We were surprised. We had no idea you could do it. You were? Well, then, it didn't trouble you at all that the week before the SEC championship, Alabama suddenly moved ahead of Notre Dame and Miami didn't? That didn't shock you. You didn't notice that? Because I did. I knew, and I think a lot of other people knew that follow this closely, that there was no way in hell they were going to screw Alabama a second consecutive year, which by the way, I don't think Alabama got screwed last year at all, but their fan base did, and their commissioners thought they got screwed. And Sankey was bellyaching about it from the moment last year's Sunday show aired. He was very upset about it, and he let people know about it all the way through. He had yet another filibuster on game day prior to the championship game saying, I really think 7 teams ought to be in for the SEC. Well, he's doing that, right, because he's making sure that he gets 5 in. And the 5th was going to be Alabama. So the reason the committee did this, and this is how corruption is part of the process, okay? I've seen now some friends of mine that are in the media that would never dare say the term corruption, but just want to say they're stupid, okay? Andy Staples has got no problem saying they're stupid, but he doesn't want to use the word corruption. I'm using corruption because I believe corruption's been part of this process from the very beginning. Alabama was not going to be left out this year, and so what they did by effectively putting them ahead of Notre Dame in the next to last Tuesday show, actually the last show is on Sunday, but that last Tuesday show where Reese Davis asks questions and Hunter Yurchek basically gives talking points and not answers. They basically moved Alabama into a comfort zone so that they would know, regardless of the outcome of the game against Georgia, in which they were boat raced, it would not matter. And you saw what happened. It did not matter, okay? It mattered that BYU lost to Texas Tech. I mean, it mattered, okay? But it did not matter. It mattered even to Georgia. I mean, if you think about it, could Georgia have maybe you would have thought maybe they could go up to number 2, but they didn't. Mm-hmm. Why do you suppose they didn't? Well, because Ohio State's 2, and Ohio State is the Alabama of the North. So Ohio State's going to stay at 2, all right? Certain teams with that kind of cachet are going to be treated a certain way, and that's what happened with Alabama. So for Bavacqua to suddenly think that, we're shocked, we're surprised, the moment he saw that, he should have been on the phone, lobbying himself. He should have been making sure, hey, we thought we were good all year. By the way, those Tuesday shows during the season, I hope they get rid of them because they did send, obviously, the wrong message, and there's a lot that is wrong with the current format. I do think we're going to go to 16. I think they now know they have to. The one thing, and I think you probably saw it on Instagram, and I even got after Hunt Palmer just a little bit because this notion that we should be blaming James Madison and Tulane is I'm sorry, but that's giving them a break. That's giving the committee and this flawed, corrupt system a break. That was married into this from the get-go. And the only reason that we have 2 of them rather than 1 of them is because the ACC had some dumbass, and I do mean dumbass, concept of how to handle tiebreakers in their league that would allow a 5-loss team to play for a championship. When the very easy thing to do would be say highest ranked team when we have a tiebreaker. That way Miami could have played. But no, they went with that at the cost of losing an automatic qualifier, which they did. And the thing that the committee wanted to do was protect the ACC by allowing Miami to be their entry, even though they weren't an automatic qualifier. it made more sense to them to protect one of the other conference members, particularly if that conference was not going to have a representative, if not for an at-large entry to Miami. So that made Miami of greater value to the committee than Notre Dame when push came to shove. And that's how we wound up in this position. So that's why I was critical of both of you guys when I was, if you want to change the format, I'm with you.
That's the point.
If both of those teams get blown out, if they don't cover the 21 and a half or the 24 or whatever the numbers are, and you want to change it and you're going to subsidize them with their own playoffs, that's fine. I'm with you. But in this current format structure, which was set up to fail by a bunch of morons that look like idiots year in and year out, then let's not blame the little guy. The little guy is like, hey, they played their ass off to have the best record they could to get in. And that league, by the way, the American Conference this year was better than the ACC top to bottom.
Yeah.
It was. Tulane proved that. They beat the ACC champion. They beat Duke.
They did. I think we're probably saying a lot of the same ththings. It's hard in a 60-second clip that's trimmed down. I don't blame James Madison or Tulane. Good teams, and God bless them. They're within the rules. My point is, if you want a true representative format with the best teams,
right.
It's going to be a rare instance that it can happen, Timmy B, that you could have a G5 that can make an argument to be one of the 12 or 16 best, but not this year.
And I think Boise State could have been that team last year had they played a home game and not gotten a bye into the next week, which, they fixed that part of it. But that's the thing. These people have no foresight. They have knee-jerk reactions to what happened the preceding year. That's all this is, year in and year out. And you got people on the committee. Have you counted up, by the way, how many people on that committee have ties to Alabama?
No.
Either as residents or former.
Wait, do you think they deserve to be in? Do you think Alabama deserved to be in?
No.
Okay.
If you're playing in a championship game and you lay an egg like that, well, you have a responsibility as a team that got into that championship game to play well. They haven't played well in a month. They were really good at the end of October and early November when their quarterback was carrying them.
He was great.
But then after that, when a couple of offensive linemen got hurt, and all of a sudden he's looking more like Nussmeier did than he was looking, that was a byproduct of no protection, okay? I mean, that wasn't really on the quarterback because he wasn't being protected. People just figured out how to defend them. Oklahoma gave them the blueprint in the second half of that game. Auburn followed through. Listen, they barely beat Auburn, a 5-17. If Auburn doesn't fumble that game away, I mean, if you just look, suddenly all of a sudden, Alabama, who used to always get in on the eye test, got in on they have the better record against their schedule test. Okay?
But that matters.
Use the metrics and the mathematics. Yeah, I know it does to a point, but when you should still be measured by the kind of performance you put out there. And by the way, the championship games should be eliminated completely.
I agree. Yes.
They should be eliminated. And if we go to 16, I really believe, and this may anger a few people, Matt, but I really believe the Big Ten commissioner, my old boss, full disclosure, I worked for him for 9 years at CBS, Tony Petitti, who helped the late, great Roy Kramer put together the BCS. He's got the best idea. We should eliminate the championship. We should go to more automatic qualifiers who earn the right to be one of those teams on the field. So we take it away from the selection committee. We have the less the selection committee has to do, the better. So let's have the last. Let's talk about two teams, generally speaking, from the Big Ten and the SEC that set themselves apart and they're going to be in based on the way they performed all year. All right, but let's say teams 3 and 4 have the same conference records, but yet so does the fifth team, and so does why not have the top 4 teams going for the last 2 automatic qualifying spots to guarantee that the SEC and the Big Ten both get 4 in? Imagine the playoff within the leagues, the SEC and the Big Ten to get 4 in, and the playoffs between the teams 4 through 4, the top 4 teams in the ACC and the Big 12 to get 2 teams in.
Yeah.
That would be must-see TV.
It'd be a play-in tournament. Yeah.
Oh, my God. It would be awesome. A little bit like, what is it, the Premier League that does some of that, right? It would be in that vein.
Hey, man, you're outside of my wheelhouse. If you're asking me about soccer, Timmy B, I got a big blind spot there, man.
I'm just saying that the Premier League thing has gotten so popular. A lot of the people that watch it here in our country, most of them are about your age, Matt.
No doubt.
And I think that it's compelling, and people, they have favorite teams that build up over time. I just think the more product, the more inventory we give the public, the better. And the other thing, and I'll just say it, okay, bottom line, as long as we only have one major network involved in this, and they're using the same metrics, okay, that is being used by the committee, we got a problem. We have to have more than just the worldwide leader involved in this thing. We have to have more entities involved, because bias and situational circumstances like the ones we've seen, you witnessed what happened just recently with LSU and Ole Miss over the Lane Kiffin sweepstakes. The circumstances surrounding whether he should or shouldn't stay, or should they have let him go or not let him go. You got way too many conflicts of interest with people. It's not their fault. It's when you're a commentator, you got to say what you see, no matter what. But there's always going to be people taking shots based on the public believing you're a homer for said school, said conference. Hell, I've dealt with it my entire life, and I still do. There's no reason why, whether it's Fox or CBS or NBC, all of whom are invested heavily in college football. And Turner's now gotten involved, and they're doing a great job. We should have 16 now for sure, and in the future, I think we could go to 24. You can make a case that 24 could work. It's just too soon to do that. I think. But remember this time last year, people were saying 12. Well, I don't know if we can get 12. Do you think? Now all of a sudden, it's like, I don't know about you, but I think the cry for 16 is pretty clear right now.
Yeah, I'd love it.
After this season.
Tim, I'd go to 32. Play games on the field. I get you're going to have blowouts, but play games on the field. Who doesn't want to watch a true play? Yeah, give me 20. Yeah, I like 24. I like whatever. I'm good.
Yeah,
give me games.
I think having playoffs within your own league only gets the regionality back, and that's something that people are upset about. Is you don't have as much regionality, and we would have more of that.
Yeah.
The nature of the leagues expanding has caused some of the loss of that regionality, but I think you bring it back. You bring it back big time if you were to have a big time matchup, and you leave the final week of the regular season open. Let's say, for instance, this week there are no games being played this week,
right?
Except Army Navy, and I believe an FCS game or one other game maybe in Hawaii or something. I don't know. But the bottom line is, there's no reason to waste a week. We should be playing ball.
Agreed.
Everybody should be playing ball last week, this week, and we don't need to have these teams that go deepest playing a championship for college football on January the 19th.
Agreed.
That's way, way too long, okay? It's supposed to be a one-semester sport, and now suddenly it's not. We can get this thing done if we just have the leaders of the sport, and that means Petiti, Sankey, Yormark, and maybe we'll ask the Notre Dame AD to be in the same room with Brett Yormark. I'm not sure if they can be there right now. But and Jim Phillips, have them all start working together and coming up with answers. Right now, they're beginning to look like Republicans and Democrats, trying to get the government issues taken care of, and that's not a good look.
Yeah,
that is not a good look. We need those leaders to lead.
Timmy B, I got to run. It always goes by too quickly. We'll bother you again soon, all right?
Don't ever change, but if you do, for Christ's sakes, don't let your wife watch, okay?
See, it's Tim Brando. It's After Further Review. Stay here.
After Further Review.
We're brought to you by Duplessis Builders, DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net. We say, don't let your wife watch. What a dismount. DuplessisBuilders.net. They'll build your pool, your outdoor kitchen. It doesn't matter if you want a cool cocktail pool in your outdoor space. You want a resort-style pool. They can do it all from Duplessis Builders, and they're going to do it with the engineering background that Derek offers, which is why they can give you a 10-year workmanship warranty. Hear me, if you ask nothing else, if you go and you call 10 pool companies, which I hope you don't, I hope you just call Duplessis and hire them. But if you call 10 pool companies, ask them how long their workmanship warranty is. The industry standard is 1 year. Duplessis Builders offers you a 10-year workmanship warranty. They take the time to do it right. They'll build you a beautiful pool. They'll do it ethically. It's Duplessis Builders. DuplessisBuilders.net. DuplessisBuilders.net.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Went along with Timmy B. No shocker. If he was sitting right here, tell him the same thing. We try to plan accordingly. So I got to do a short segment here to make sure we stay on time for Jimmy. The SEC schedule release is tomorrow, by the way. That's going to be so we will find. We know who LSU is going to play. Tomorrow we will find out when and in what order. I might have got a sneak peek at it.
Oh, yeah?
Might have got a sneak peek.
What we got? It's going to leak anyway, Scone. So, I mean, you might as well be the one to leak it. It's going to leak anyway.
What would be for you the most anticipated game?
Like you're talking about, in my opinion, like
Yeah,
that.
for you. I'm asking you, Muse. What would be for you the most
Home game next year, or just in general? Ole Miss because of the Kiffin. Home game, Texas.
September, November.
Okay.
November. Now, I want to be clear. I don't want to run through the whole thing because I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
But until it's there, it's the same thing with the Kiffin thing, right? Like, let's just be real, y'all. I knew that dude was taking this job for y'all. Y'all could tell I knew that dude, right?
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah.
I mean,
you were saying it without just flat out saying that Lane Kiffin is going to be the LSU head coach.
I just always gave myself the protection because until ink is dry, it's not. So until I see it flash up there, it's like, man, give yourself a little. November is going to be heinous.
Yeah.
Heinous. And Arkansas is going back to the final weekend of the regular season. I know.
Well, I mean,
What else you gonna do?
that's what I was going to
What else you gonna
say.
do?
I mean, yeah. It just felt weird having Oklahoma there, to be honest with you, man.
I love it. I thought because what was going to happen there is we're going to end up seeing meaningful games, and you'd get a rivalry that bred naturally. That's what happened with A&M. You know, for whatever resentment you have or jokes, when 18 rolled around and you had the 7 overtime game, and then LSU scored 50 on them in 19, and then it became contentious, and you had you had meaningful games. A&M started pulling their weight in that series.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you need to have happen. In LSU and Oklahoma, more likely than not, generally are going to be in a 12 or 16 team play, are going to be playing meaningful games at the end of November most of the time. So that had the potential, I thought, to be really good. And I just don't care about the Arkansas game. I mean, it's what it is.
I don't think anyone really does here.
Just don't play it on Friday, please.
Yeah,
just don't do the Friday
no
1:30
Black
thing.
Friday, yeah.
Just give no Friday 1:30. But we'll see. Muse. If you remember when we went through who they were going to. Remember we went through the schedule of who they were going to play, and your boy nailed it. Remember we were like,
You're talking about the
of who the opponents were going to be. No, of who the opponents were going to be.
Oh wait, yeah, because you said like Kentucky and all that. Yeah,
Auburn
okay.
Auburn State were going to rotate back on, and they were going to play Texas and then whatever. I think November you're going to see Bama, Texas at Tennessee, Arkansas.
See, I don't like that at all.
That's rough.
That sounds horrible.
I know.
Now, if you do what Oklahoma just did, no one's counting on you to go off on a run, and you go on a run, then it's going to be great. But that just sounds like no fun at all.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean,
It depends.
It'll be hard.
Yeah.
Brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020, 924-2020, WilliamsonEye.com, WilliamsonEye.com for the Williamson Eye Center. Call Dr. Blake Williamson. Schedule that consultation over there. You want to see 2020, call 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com for the Williamson Eye Center. LASIK, custom lens replacement, PRK, Evo ICL. Maybe you're not a candidate for LASIK because of the shape of your eye, but you're nearsighted. Evo ICL is a great alternative. It's the implantable contact lens. Just call the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020. Set up that consultation. Get it done before the new year. You got HSA or FSA funds. Don't let them expire. Call the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020, WilliamsonEye.com. Okay, final break. Jimmy's here for Auto.Locks. Next, AFR.
AFR.
Man, I'm excited. Tomorrow's the day. We'll be over at Gordon McKernan's office for the bicycle giveaway in the Baton Rouge area. What an awesome thing that Gordon does every year. Gives away 600 bicycles to less fortunate children across the state of Louisiana. And we get to be a small part of it on Thursday. So AFR Thursday will be live at Gordon's office, the one with the big inflatables and the big flags out there that you see off the College Drive, interstate off Corbett Boulevard on Hilton Avenue in Baton Rouge. So that's where we'll be tomorrow for the show. Gordon's going to be with us for a couple of segments. We'll talk NIL and Lane Kiffin and all that stuff. So excited to have Gordon on the show with us, as we always are when we can get some time from G. But really, the whole point about being there tomorrow is to see these kiddos and see them get their bicycles and see the smiles on their faces and shine some light on a great organization doing a great thing for our and every community in the state of Louisiana. You know what to do. Get Gordon and get it done.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. We'll get to Jimmy in just a second. We are brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com with locations all over South Louisiana. You are never far from a Shaw Bills location. So always encourage you to book your service online, shop tires online. It doesn't matter if you're looking to replace your tires. They'll sell you name brand tires at wholesale prices. Maybe you need an oil change. Maybe you need your tires rotated. Brakes are squeaking. The check engine light is on. Whatever it may be, our friends over at Shaw Bills will take great care of you like they've done since Mr. Charlie opened the doors back in 1968. ShawBillsTire.com. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills. We keep you rolling. No otter? Oh, no. What's going on here?
Let me try him again. Let me see if it'll somehow work.
The Oddfather is what? So what's going? The phone's just not working, or did you tell him to call us? Okay, never mind. We got him. Okay, he's good. All right, we'll go here in a second. All right, Muse, can you just hit the open then? Hit the open. Just hit it. Auto-Locks, hit it.
Auto-Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Otter.
What's up, buddy?
Just looking up Michigan head coaching odds and the betting favorite. The betting favorite, Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah, you know how those go. So that's the worst thing that they do. So what's Kalshi say?
And
Kalshi, the trading site. You trade on anything. That's a little bit better of an indicator.
Don't know.
But what's that?
Don't know.
Okay. Isn't he getting? Look, man, if they don't score a touchdown in Jordan Hare on fourth down when he needs a chip shot field goal, they may have run him off. And listen, he's
good.
that close. But do you think that weakens Alabama if they lose him, or do you respect him that much, or? I don't care at all. I just would love to see them melt when a coach leaves them. And then they're just never
they're just never going to be, Jimmy, what they were. That's the point. My whole Bama is burning thing is not, I've said it a million times. It's never that they're going to suck. It's just they're never going to be what they were with Nick. And it's just a continuous reminder of that. And they're going to, if Kalen leaves, and you're just further and further removed from Nick. And I'm just going to keep laughing at him. That's all.
Yeah, gotcha. Let's go to the NBA Cup tonight. This Oklahoma City team's pretty good. Going back to last year, the regular season games, they've won 80 of their last 91. Get some money on the line. I know it's a big number. We're going to lay it tonight. A little extra motivation during the regular season. Also, the late one, no Wembanyama, but we're going to take the points against San Antonio and the 7.5 there. And then Wisconsin on the road at Nebraska. We're going to take the Badgers. Got going pretty good with the in-state rivalry win over Marquette this past weekend.
Where are you tomorrow?
We are at Sammy's Grill, the original, on Highland Road near Starring.
All right, Otter. Good luck. Thank you.
Good luck.
All right. Muse, Pauly, thanks. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
I may just leave work right now and go right over to Supper Club. I may just go maybe I'll wait till my celebratory Supper Club meal until after DeBose actually takes the Michigan job, leaves Bammers high and dry, and then you know what they'll say? We didn't want him anyway. Whatever. If you're going to celebrate Bama burning, if you're going to celebrate Christmas, if you're going to celebrate a promotion, an anniversary, a birthday, or just because you woke up today, your feet hit the floor, and the good Lord let us live life for another day, go celebrate at Supper Club. Right there on Perkins Road. It's amazing. It's like you stepped out of Baton Rouge and you stepped into Vegas, New York, L.A., Dubai, Paris. It's amazing. It's Brandon and Mackenzie Landry's gift to Baton Rouge. World-class fine dining experience right here in Baton Rouge. If you've never been, what are you waiting on? Book your reservations. Do it right now. SupperClubBTR.com. SupperClubBTR.com.